In a lot of respects, South Korea is a stunningly amazing country. In the 1950s, it had a standard of living that was on par with that of India, but nowadays, its standard of living is equivalent to that of Spain or New Zealand. According to the Purchasing Power Parity ranking, it is currently the world's 12th largest economy as well. It has created companies like Samsung and Hyundai that are among the best in the world, as well as a lively pop culture. Isn't it all too goody good? Well, they do have a darker side, and today's video is all about it, so welcome back to our channel you all, and let's get started. There are two facts that are especially shocking. The suicide rate in South Korea is the highest among industrialized nations. It also has the lowest birth rate among wealthy countries, with only 1.2 children born per woman. This contributes to the accelerated aging of the population. If South Korea doesn't fix its aging population, a senior Seoul economist warned me, South Korea would implode in 2 generations. Both societal issues may have roots in what is generally considered to be one of the country's greatest successes, the phenomenal rate of educational attainment. When compared to students throughout the world in the same age group, South Korean 15-year-olds do exceptionally well in reading and mathematics. Yet, there is a cost associated with this remarkable success. The vast majority of students nowadays receive some form of supplementary instruction at home to help them better compete academically. In South Korea, having more than one child is discouraged in part because of the high cost of raising each kid. There is a high suicide rate, and many people believe that this is due in part to the stressful, competitive environment that is fostered in schools. South Korea was a country that was severely lacking in development, and a sizable portion of its population lacked in education. How is it possible that a nation that is in such dire straits has infrastructure that is superior to that of the majority of European countries, and that has become one of the most developed countries in such a short amount of time with such a thriving economy? It can mostly be attributed to these 3 factors. In the 1960s, the government of South Korea made the decision to transition the economy from an agricultural one to an industrial one. However, rather of assisting smaller businesses, they assisted very affluent families, whom they refer to as chaebols. They guaranteed these families that they would provide them with the utmost assistance and help them get out of whatever problem they got into in return for additional jobs, which ultimately led to an increase in the economy's overall growth. The second step they took was to assure the populace that they would receive an adequate education. They encouraged people to attend school by spreading the myth that earning a college degree would make them eligible for a greater variety and number of desirable employment prospects. This move resulted in an increase in the number of students attending schools, which eventually led to South Korea becoming the most educated country in the world, despite the fact that in 1945 the country had a literacy rate of only 22%. The Korean government compelled universities to accept more students, and the strategy was successful. It is well knowledge that South Koreans have an exceptionally strong work ethic. The chaebol family businesses were largely responsible for instilling a culture of intense labor in South Korea during the country's period of economic expansion. The concept behind this was that it is not simply a profession, but rather a whole and unwavering devotion to the achievement of the goals set out by the organization, which takes precedence over one's family, personal life, and spare time. It eventually became the norm to toil away at one's job for an absurdly extended period of time, sometimes even on weekends, and to socialize with one's co-workers, both during and after working hours. That is the key to the success that Korea has seen recently. But what is the downside to all of this? Well, comment your thoughts down below. Please hit that like and subscribe to our channel.